Good morning, everyone. This is Ida. I have a project share, you guys, and we're going to take a left turn here, you guys. I know you guys, I know you guys sometimes think, where is she going with this? Because I'm always doing something different. I go from paper crafting to something else totally different. Not necessarily totally different, but you know, I'm not following what's going on, what everybody else is doing. And I try to do that because, you know, I want to bring something fresh to the table. And I try to keep, I get bored, you guys, creating the same thing over and over again. I don't like to create the same thing over and over again. And like, I feel like I've been doing Santa Baby for so long, you know, and I've started a little bit of fall, not a bunch, but, and I'm still enjoying that. But sometimes I just want to do something different. So right here, guys, we're going to take a left turn. What I wanted to share with you is a beautiful ornament, you guys. And I hope that y'all can see it. I think you can. Look at this beautiful ornament, you guys. And I'm sorry about the glare. I am going to take it out. Don't you guys think this ornament is beautiful? Look at the sparkle in it. I'm going to turn it all the way around. Then there's another deer. I thought this ornament was so pretty, you guys, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Now, I know you probably think that I bought it because I have it in this ornament box. But I didn't, you guys. I actually made it. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I made it. Now, although I remember when I don't know what came in this box. It was an ornament, I'm sure. And I think my daughter bought an ornament that she really liked, something about the Lord. And I told her, don't throw the box away, because when I make an altar and ornament, that's a nice box to put the ornament in. So yesterday she had some stuff come into her shop, and I thought, oh, I want to play with that. So this is what I created, and I'm going to take it out and share it with you. But I wanted to share the box too with you because I absolutely love the box. And it looks like it's store-bought, you guys, and it's not. So let me move this out of the way. And the box is like the perfect, oops, sorry guys, the perfect size for this ornament. Because I remember the ornament she bought was pretty big. Look at this ornament, you guys. Look at how pretty. Can you guys see the sparkle? I hope you can. I'm recording early in the morning because that way I don't have to put my phone on busy and nobody's here. There's the bottom of the ornament, you guys. And here's the other side of the ornament. And then here's the top. And I wish that I had had a thicker cord in the silver. And I didn't have one. So when I go shopping, I'm going to have to look for that. I had it in gold. I had it in white and gold. But I didn't have it in silver. Everything I had was gold. The only silver cording I had was this thin one. And it's still going to hold it. You know, it's pretty sturdy and all that. But I would have liked to have had a thicker one. So that's going to be one of the things that I look for. But I want to show you what I used to create this, you guys. This ornament. Let me stand it up. This is what I used, you guys, to create this ornament. This silicone mold right here. And I used the snowflakes that are in here. This little tree that's here. This pine branch that's here. And, of course, the reindeer. I didn't use the icicles. That might come up in something else. But I do want to use it. I used this, and I used, you can either use paper clay or you can use air dry clay, guys. It doesn't matter. You can use either one, just not the clay that you have to bake, because of course you wouldn't put your ornament in the oven. But I'm going to tell you what I did first. Believe it or not, you guys, this is a paper mache ornament. All I did, and always do this when you're working with a paper mache or canvas material, I bought some regular white gesso, and I painted it, or I covered it with a brush and gesso. And what that does, it keeps it from warping, from the moisture seeping into your paper mache item. So that's what the gesso is. It's a very important step, you guys. don't skip it, because chances are you're going to regret it. So anyway, I covered it up in the white gesso, and then I started making the molds. I started making these, and I ended up making 2 deer. Now, this one came out pretty good. This was the second one that I did. The first one that I did is this one, you guys, and it had already started to dry. So you see the crack right there. Now, I could have filled in the crack, and I thought about doing it with modeling paste, but then I thought, no, I'm gonna leave it, because this is the part that really makes them unique, because they're handmade, you guys. There's no two alike, and it's not gonna be perfect because it's handmade. So I decided to leave it because I like it. So I made the deer, and then I made this tree. So the first thing I put down was this deer, and then I put down this tree. And then I added another tree after that. And then I went ahead and added another deer. And then what I did right here, I only did part of the Christmas tree that was on there to put it like on top of the reindeer. But not like if it's on top of the reindeer, but like it's behind the reindeer. That's the effect or in a distance. That's the effect that I wanted to make there. And then right underneath here, guys, look at the details on the pine needles. Can you see that right here, the pine needles? Look at the pine needles. Let me see if I can find you another one. There's another one right there. Here's another one. Look at the details, you guys, on the pine needles. Isn't that pretty? So I did a total of 6 around the circle. I mean, the little hole where the string is goes in. I kind of did a wreath around there. And the pine needles are, of course, coming down. And I should have done that first, because on one of them right here, see how the pine needle just kind of lays on top of the antler, which is fine, because then it looks like he's under that pine tree. So it ended up being okay, but I think that I would have preferred that it wasn't one on top of the other. But it ended up looking pretty good, you guys. And then what I did after, I used, you can use E6000. Or you can use, this is what I use, guys, the goop. And supposedly it's equivalent to E6000. So this is what I use to adhere the clay pieces onto my ornament. And what I did was, I didn't wait till they were dry, you guys, while they were still wet. I added the glue to the back, and I adhered them to wherever I wanted them to be. And they eventually do dry, and they stay, guys. Because if you wait till they're dry, then you can't curve it to fit your ornament. If you're using them on a card, just let them dry in the mold, and then you can use them. And, they won't get distorted or anything. But because I was putting it on an ornament, I wanted it to curve to the shape of the ornament. So that's why I did it while they were still wet. Same thing with every little piece that I put in here was still wet. When it wasn't dry yet when I adhered it to here. And I just kind of make sure to keep going back and checking, make sure nothing was shifting. And sometimes it would shift because it does slide, and I would just kind of slide it back into place. And I cleaned up as much of the glue as I could. But really, you guys, just do the best you can as far as cleaning up the glue, because after everything dried, I went ahead and gessoed it again. So you really can't see where the glue seeped, because I coated it again with gesso. And the only thing I didn't do anything to was the bottom. And I just left it white gesso. That's all I did. I didn't paint it any color or anything. Then I went back, you guys, and started painting my trees and my reindeer and the pine needles up here, and even in between, the spaces in between. And I was trying to make it like a winter wonderland scene or wood scene. And I'm not a painter, you guys. I'm not an artist as far as coloring and painting goes. So I didn't like the way it looked. I actually did the trees green. The branches were a little darker green. Of course, you can see that the deer were brown, and are still, you can still see a little bit. And it was okay, but I wasn't crazy about it. So I thought, no, I think I'm just gonna. And I even went over it with a white pearlized paint, and I still wasn't liking it, you guys. And I thought, I'm gonna gesso over it. So I gessoed the whole thing, but you can still see some of the green. You can still see some of the brown. So I didn't cover it completely. And I liked it better. It toned the colors down. And I really like the way it looks now, you guys. And on the bottom, what I did to the bottom, I had put some of, you can put glue, you can use Mod Podge, you can use these, the multi-matte medium, you can use any kind of glue on the bottom. And I added those flakes that I add to my flowers, and I didn't like it. So I left it, but I thought I'm going to cover it. And I used this Snow Tex, you guys. And it's called Glittering Snow. And with my spatula, I just went over the flakes that I had on there. And you can still see some of the flakes. But now I like the way it looks. Plus, it has texture. So I really like that, you guys, that it's got texture. And then after everything had dried somewhat, or pretty much, I went ahead and added some more multi-matte medium to everything, the top and the deer and, you know, the snowflakes and everything. And then I went in and sprinkled some of this, the Distress Glitter, the Clear Rock Candy by Tim Holtz. I sprinkled that on it, and that's the shine that you guys see on it. Now, you could use diamond dust. You could use stickles. But I opted to go with this instead. So I really like the way it turned out, you guys. It's so pretty. And then after that had dried, of course, I put in the cord in the hole, the previous hole that was there. Because it did come with a string, you guys. And I took it off. And I bought these last year. They're not even from this year. But I always buy ornaments. Even though I don't alter them or do anything with them. If I see an ornament that I think I might want to alter, I'll pick it up and I'll put it away until I feel like doing it. Now, these flowers up here, these were gifted to me by my friend Carolyn. So I used 2 different types of flowers. I used some seam binding and some metallic silver ribbon to make bows. And then this little branch here, you guys, I'm going to show you what it looks like. And I decided to do the branch even though it had brown in it, because you can see the brown on the deer, and I thought it was a great contrasting color. It wasn't too harsh, and it looks like it's got icicles on the branches. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. And it's a whole garland, you guys. I just snipped off a piece so you guys can see it. I had gone to a thrift store. I don't know if it was Kiwanis, or I think it was a Kiwanis. And they had a garland, and they had them for $1, you guys. And they had one that was made of this. So I have a whole 6-foot garland of this. And I bought it. It wasn't in the best condition, but I liked it because I didn't want to use it to hang on anything. I was going to use it and cut it up and add it to ornaments, cards, and stuff like that. So that's definitely something for you guys to look out for. So I ended up cutting little pieces of it and just tucking it here and there. Not too much, you guys, just a little bit. And I added these little silver flowers, and I coiled the wires that were on them to make them just coil around here. And I think that the ornament came out beautiful, you guys. What do you think? And all it is, guys, was a paper mache ornament. And I think you can do it on plastic, you guys, and an acrylic one. And it was this mold that had every element that I wanted to put on my ornament. And the air dry clay or the paper clay. You can use either one. It doesn't matter. As long as, as long as you don't have to bake it. And there is, I know Hobby Lobby carries tons of clays, and they do carry the paper clay. But after you get all of that done, make sure to go ahead and gesso over it again. So that when you paint it, also what the gesso does, it gives it like teeth where the paint or whatever you add to it will grip onto whatever surface you're painting. So it's kind of like a primer as well. So that's what I ended up doing, you guys. Look at that. It's so pretty. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know who it's going to. But definitely this is not one that I'm going to make for my family, because it took me quite a while to make. This is tedious, you guys. You know, it's not real difficult to add the clay to here, but you got to take your time, and it's a little tedious. Make sure you get it into all the crevices in the silicone mold, because you want to make sure you have everything. But it wasn't too bad, you guys, but it was a little process. So I really like the way this came out. If you guys are interested in this mold, I'm gonna put the link to the shop in the description box, to my daughter's shop. And she does have, I don't think she's got very many, you guys. She might have 4 or 5 of these. So, but I wanted to really share this ornament with you. So how's that for switching it up on you guys, huh? So don't be afraid, you guys. I had never played with paper clay before, and I just kind of decided to just buy a package, and I just started playing with it, and I really like it. It's so easy, and of course I don't have to wait for it to dry. Unless I want to put it on the card, then I can let it dry. But other than that, it went pretty quick, and then I just let it dry overnight while I went to bed. In the morning I got up and did the multi-matte medium all over the whole thing, and sprinkled the rock candy glitter over it. Or you could do stickles or diamond dust, whatever you want. And then I just started putting it together because I wanted to share it with you guys. But of course I wish that this cord was a little thicker, but it doesn't look bad. It actually almost looks invisible, so that might be a good thing, you guys. So, but whatever you do, guys, whatever you do on one side, make sure you add the same thing or something different, but make sure to add something to the other side, because if you put all the weight on one side, your ornament is not going to hang right, guys. It's going to want to tilt to the heavy side. So make sure you distribute the weight evenly, or as even as possible on your ornament, because mine's not perfect, but I know, see, when I pick it up, you guys, it's hanging straight down. It's hanging the way it should be, because I have elements all around the ornament to kind of counteract to balance the weight. So that's what I use. I also wanted to share another mold that she picked up, you guys. And again, I think she only has 3 or 4 of these. This is a unicorn, you guys. This is a unicorn silicone mold. You can use it to do resin, or you can do clay in it. And if you only use it for fondant or gum paste, you could use it for that too. You know, just whatever you decide to use it. Don't use it for anything else. Here's the unicorn, you guys. Look at all the detail in the unicorn. Isn't he pretty? And he's got this little cape, or she's got this little cape with a little raised 3D bow right there. It came out really nice, you guys. And this is using that air dry clay, the white air dry clay. And of course, after this dries, you can put gesso on it. And if you want to paint it in different colors, you could do that. If you wanted to leave it white, you could leave it white. It's up to you. They're real easy to paint. Of course, you know, the details are kind of fine, but you know, by the time you paint, put everything in its place and touch up, it'll look fine, guys. Nobody's going to be looking at the imperfections. There's even the little horn right there on the unicorn. And look at the details on the face. It is super pretty, you guys. So like I said, I'm going to link her shop in the description box. I don't know what I'm going to do with this unicorn, but I will tell you that I asked her to make some in resin, because I want to see if it picks up the details. Let me tell you something about clay, you guys. Air dry clay picks up the details better than resin sometimes. But I think this would come out good with resin. So I'm going to have her try it and make me some out of resin. And if they come out good, I'll ask her to add them to her shop already done. For those of you who don't want to buy the mold, who don't want to buy the resin and then buy the clay and all that, and just want to buy them already pre-done. So we're going to see how that works out, and hopefully we'll be able to offer them to you guys already done. But it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. So I just wanted to have something to share with you guys today. I will not be doing a tutorial on this, I don't think, because I would have to wait in between, you know, different, you know, if I put the tree on, I would have to wait and let it dry for a little bit. And you guys know that I record on my phone. I don't edit anything, you know, so I wouldn't even know how to upload all those pieces. And then, of course, then I'll add a couple more pieces like these two together at the same time and let them dry for a little bit. They don't have to be dry completely, but enough to where they're not sliding anymore, you guys. And then I'll add the rest. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I might. But I love, guys, love, love, love the way this ornament turned out. I want to thank everyone for watching. I hope everyone has a great day today. Also, you guys, we need to pray for those that are in the path of the hurricane that's being watched right now. I know the Carolinas are one of them. I think Tennessee is another one. So all you guys that are prayer warriors, it's time to get to work, you guys. We got to pray about that. You know, the word says that we can confess life or death with our tongues. The power is in our tongues, you guys. So all those that are prayer warriors and know what I'm talking about, please take the time to pray for these people that are in the path of this hurricane, because last year, Florida, we were in the path of that hurricane. And let me tell you, I didn't flee. I stayed here because if I say I trust in the Lord, I need to trust in the Lord. So there's power in prayer, you guys. Things start changing when the people of God start praying. Thanks for watching, you guys. Everyone have a great day, and God bless. Bye.